Hello, it's that college football guy here with another video. Yeah, I'm here at home. The kids wanted the shirt worn. My son did anyway, because he's not feeling too good. It's something to cheer him up. He always cracks up when he sees me wearing this shirt. But anyway, um, we had a video I did a couple days ago about conference realignment. We were talking about candidates about this. So this one's going to be a bit of an interactive discussion. Well, not interactive, but a discussion between me and you. What about the fact is we look at Notre Dame coming in to the Big Ten. That's what's holding up conference realignment, I feel, is Notre Dame finally making a decision. And they said, oh, we're not going in, we're not going in. I think it's going to be what the ACC's numbers are going to be, what the Big Ten's numbers are going to be after SC and UCLA have been in a while, what those numbers are in. And they're going to get their TV contract done with NBC. And they'll find out, is it worth doing it? The big key for me is going to be is when their TV deal comes up, was their TV deal comes up long before the ACC deal comes up. Will they schedule their new TV deal to coincide with the end of the ACC? Is it going to be shorter? Is it going to be longer? That would be a little telltale sign about a few things. First, let me get the housekeeping out the way. Everyone, please hit the thumbs up, smash the like button. It helps with the algorithm, helps with the analytics, helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video where I'm talking to all of you, please. I want to know what you think about these ideas here. And I want to hear your comments because I love interacting with everybody. And we've had some great ideas. And subscribe to the channel. We just past 300 subscribers, on our way to 400 now. We've been thinking about all the candidates. And it also depends on one, how they're looking for criteria, and two, and I'm going to see if I can do it here. I made a video about 5 months ago on my channel. It's about who were the potential candidates for expansion back then, about 5 months ago, based on the 2021 fiscal year data. I was looking right now, because it's the new year, to see if the 2021-22 data is out for every university in FBS, and it turns out it's not. May not be fully ready until about all the universities in question until March the 1st. Hopefully sooner. Some of them already have their data out, that they don't have a problem doing with it. Other ones are being a little secretive, which is interesting. One of them is interesting is like Vanderbilt's, some reason hiding certain amounts of athletic revenue. Maybe I wasn't looking good enough, but trying to find out all the revenue for all those universities to do the study here. Basically, what's going to be is like I did a video. I'm going to try to see if I can post a link and a pinned comment on the top and see if I can do it, or put it in the description, whichever way it works, about that video I did 5 months ago, which had the data for 2020-2021 fiscal year. It's in one of the new fiscal year, because basically what it is that, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about of the fiscal year is July 1st, like the 2022 fiscal year, the one we're talking about to get the data from. 2021-22 fiscal year is July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022. All that information has to be submitted to the NCAA. There's a deadline. Now, I'm assuming, based on things going out, the deadline's by the end of the year. The date everybody would jump to their head would be immediately December 31st, but I'm figuring, based on knowing some businesses and some people I know, it'd be more December 15th. That way the data can be accepted, received, and initially reviewed before everybody leaves on the holiday break and comes back after the new year. But now that here, but we're looking at going like, it also depends on I look at as for expansion Canada, like Notre Dame specifically. This isn't about TV market size per se. That's going to have a say. But how much money you make. Because money determines all of this. The reason SC and UCLA went in and left the Pac12 wasn't because, we want to travel all the way across to Wisconsin and go all the way to Rutgers to go play games in Jersey. No, this is the fact that the Pac12 doesn't make enough money in their TV contract, and we want more money. Oh, we have a name. No, you're not bringing in the cash. Doesn't matter how big your name is. If you don't make money, you don't make money. And money is what's drawing all this. Money makes the world go round. Old saying, holds true every second of the day. They left because they weren't making any money. So you look at it, and I'm trying to get the data to come out. Hopefully it will. I can do a new video about the data for this next fiscal year, which was basically all the schools in the Power 5, plus all the candidates that have linked an expansion. Now, Big Ten expansion is going to be ACC schools, Pac-12 schools. There's also a group of 5 schools for Pac-12 expansion. And I got that list over here somewhere. I just had it. In fact, you know what? Oh, boy. Let's take a little walk in the kitchen. Yeah, I know. Love the show, don't you? That's what happens when you put your paperwork on the other side of the damn kitchen instead of putting it where you need it to be. Yeah, I love the hardwood everywhere, don't you? Well, that's what happens when you live in Tennessee. It's wood everywhere. But here's one thing. We're talking about Notre Dame, but I want to put this down in the comment, and I want everybody to add to this. This is going to be for a future video. But these were the candidates I have for Pac-12 expansion that have been linked. If I'm missing somebody, let me know, okay? These are the ones who've been linked. Okay, we're talking Air Force, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Nevada, Rice, San Diego State, SMU, Tulane, and UNLV. This is everybody that's been linked. Tulane, I'm not getting when you're traveling all the way to Louisiana and you're in the Pac-12. I don't know about that one. I put in Rice, and a lot of people have been putting Rice because they're the only AAU institution on this whole list. But, because that may be what they want, and Rice is I believe, in the Houston area. Try to get a touch of the Houston market, maybe. SMU, try to get a touch of the Dallas market. And all the other candidates are pretty obvious. Getting numbers on Air Force may be a bit difficult because it's a military institution. They may not want to publish revenue. In some cases, they may. But that's for that candidate. But this is about Notre Dame, isn't it, folks? This is about Notre Dame. My goodness. It's right there. Who would come in? Well, the thing is about Notre Dame going in is the Big Ten really going no divisions? Because if they go divisions, you're talking 18 schools. That means if you do divisions, that's 8 opponents a year you play. That means you only can play one on the other side. If you go non-divisions, then the 18 number doesn't work. Because the ACC is doing a 3-5 scheduling format for their 14 schools, which is a 14-school conference is you and 13 opponents. 3 guaranteed rivals a year cuts the 13 to 10, 5 one year, 5 the other. The 3-5 scheduling format. The big link from the SEC, which has not been confirmed yet, they're doing a 3-6 format when they get to 16 teams, because the 16-team conference is you and 15 opponents. 3 guaranteed rivals cuts the 15 to 12, 6 one year, 6 the other. You do 18. What is that? That's 17 opponents. Unless you're going to do a 2-5 schedule and only have 7 conference games, which makes absolutely no sense. 18 as a number doesn't work. So if you're going divisions, you can do 18. If you're not going divisions, you have to do 19. Because, well, think about it. As 19 is 18 opponents, right? 19 team conference with no divisions is you and 18 opponents. 3 guaranteed rivals a year cuts that lead down to 15. 5, 5, 5. 8-game conference schedule. You play everybody every 3 years. Everybody comes to your building every 6. That would work. Now, if the Big Ten's going divisions, then Notre Dame needs to have one more team come in with them. If they're doing non-divisions, if you're going to do the format, 2 teams have to come in with them. The question is who? Now, I put that comment in the video for look for some of the revenue sources, and there's some obvious candidates and some down there because, like the last year's, I really want this past year's revenue. For Colorado, unfortunately, I think it was bad because they didn't make much money in the 2021 pandemic year, and this current year they made a little bit more. Not sure they made a little more, even though they were terrible. Some universities released their information, some have not. Not the ones I want to get to. I'm going to do more of an in-depth look when I get done making this. But the question is for all of you. If they're not doing divisions, because they said, we're not doing divisions, conferences have changed their mind on stuff. They may say, on second thought, we're going to do divisions because we can't find another school. If they don't do divisions, you need one more to come in with Notre Dame. If you do non-divisions, open thing like it is, they're going to need 2 more to get in. So you tell me in the comments, Who do you think are the candidates to come in to see join Notre Dame? I mean, I'm looking at it as going like Oregon, academically, they do fit. Would they get in? SC and UCLA doesn't want them in there. Cal Stanford is a maybe. Would Virginia Tech be a maybe? Would Virginia be a maybe? I know North Carolina, they jump all over it. They can get North Carolina. Who wouldn't? The SEC would love to get North Carolina. So North Carolina's in a great spot, and they know it. Because if the ACC falls apart, they're going to have a bidding war between the Big Ten and the SEC. And they both know it. But I need you to let me know down in the comments if you think it's going to go divisions or not. They may have announced it. I'm not sure. I'm not forgetting right now because it's early in the morning. So forgive me on this. But who are the candidates you think should be coming in? Because you think, okay, we're going to bring in 3 more schools and make it 4. That's I've heard that from everybody. It should go to 20 teams. If you don't do divisions, that's 19 of opposition. How do you do the schedule? If you don't do divisions, because if you do 20 teams, you have to do divisions. That's a 9-team conference schedule, and you don't play anybody on the other side. But you're going to go to a 10-game conference schedule, which I don't know if anybody wants to do that because you wouldn't make any money with the non-con games. So how would you do it? Because, I mean, think about it. For 19-game schedule, 3 it leaves 16. You have to do 4 a year for 4 years and back to a 7-game schedule again? No, you're not going to do 7. It's going to be 8 or 9. So 10 seems ridiculous. So 19 seems to be the magic number. And if you do 22, that's a 10-game schedule. But I think realistically, you go from there, you jump to 24. If you can't go to 19, you have to jump to 24. Why? 24 is you and 23 opponents, 3 guaranteed rivals, cuts it to 20. That's 5 over 4 years. You play everybody 4 years. Everybody comes to your building every 8. You're back in an 8-game schedule. 8-game conference schedule. So the numbers are different. So the problem is like you saw in the video, and let's try to get it in the description here. You have to look at what's coming up for revenue. Because they say, oh, well, we have this revenue here. We have a great name. We have all this other stuff. How much money do you make? Now, I'm doing this only in a 1-year revenue because one thing. I'm inviting this as a challenge. There's a couple people out there that are subscribers who love doing this. But there's not enough information publicly listed for a 10-year data sample size for every FBS school. It doesn't out there on the web. Because you better believe that the conferences and the TV networks who are doing all these candidate interviews, and we all know the TV networks are going to be involved in this. They're going to have a say in who comes into these conferences. Oh, no, they don't. Yes, they do. We all know this. You're going to want a 10-year sample size of revenue earned, all types. Television, non-television revenue, athletic, non-academic, endowment, everything for a 10-year sample size. And the universities will provide that. But not all of that is online. So that's why I only do a year-by-year basis. I did 2020 to 2021 earlier this past season. Last year I did a video of that. When the new one comes out, I'm going to do a new one again. And we'll update it, and I'll do a video on that, plus one for the previous year's revenue, plus what a 2-year average is. But I think realistically a 2-year average may not be fair because it still had the effects of the COVID year, so revenue is going to be down. So I think really starting an average would be starting this past season going forward. It would be more accurate because the COVID year just screwed everything up. But let me know down in the comments what you think about this. Who do you think should come into Notre Dame? And also, in the comments, who are your candidates? I said again, the candidates for Pac12 expansion that have been rumored: Air Force, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Nevada, Rice, San Diego State, SMU, Tulane, and UNLV. Am I missing somebody? Let me know down in the comments. I'll add them to the list. When I do the video with the new data, I can say this is how much money they made. Because basically what the information in the video was this. I figured out a conference average. Is that how much money do you make on this past year? How much money on average did the conference make? You take all the schools, what their revenue was in the athletic departments, what their revenue was for the year, average it out among all the schools. That's the average. Your revenue's got to beat the average. And I had it where your revenue, to really get a shoe in, your revenue had to beat the average plus, which is if you're going to the SEC and the average revenue is say $120 million, you had to make 135 million, excuse me, because you're coming in as a new school, as the 15th member. But that means 135 million means you're 1 million more for every school. 15 schools, 14 schools, 120 million. 15 schools, you have to do 135, which means if you add 135 in there, that puts everybody's average to 121. That makes everybody makes 1 million more a year on average. That's how I did the money on that. So you have to be a plus over the average. Well, so we'll see. Well, the new data comes out whenever the heck that comes out. I've been keeping an eye on it. I was hoping it was going to be out now because a lot of schools in the Pac12, some in the SEC have already released the revenue. Now, there's some third-party sites who say they have the revenue. We have revenue for every FBS school. Problem is, I checked their data for 2020, 2021, and for this past fiscal year, and it doesn't match what the NCAA report for last year has, as well as what the university reported already. So that I'm not trusting third-party sources. I'm going directly off the university, what they say, because that's what the NCAA has, not what a third party says. So that's why I'm waiting. So thanks everybody for watching the video. I know it's been a little bit long, a little long video, but a little explanation about this one because I'm kind of curious as who you guys think really will go in with Notre Dame, and I want to hear your comments on this one because you have come up with some great ideas for some videos. So and off of your comments, I've been coming up with ones for more discussion. So. Another conference realignment video in the books, and let's see if we can come up with something else. Hopefully the data on everybody will come out soon. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's having even though it's really early in the morning, is going to have a great Saturday. Thanks everybody. Be safe and please be good to each other.